Welcome back. Well, Sam, there is a lot going on today for St. Patrick's Day. I mean, there is a run, walk later, and some parades as well. I know there's one in New London, right?
I think the weather's cooperate or will be cooperating. I know some or the early morning risers are like, oh boy, this is not looking so great. Even a little bit of thunder and lightning in a couple of towns right now. Not severe, nothing like that, but we're watching it. Next couple of hours, we'll get the rain out of here, get back to some sunshine.
Sounds good.
Yeah, we're moving in the right direction. You know, the good thing about the timing for the rain that's moving through this morning is that it is this morning, and many of the parades and things are happening later on today. When I say later on today, I mean at about 11 o'clock in the morning. That is the parade that we have for New London. That begins at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, but of course people show up nice and early and kind of get their spots and get ready. I have been to this parade before. It gets packed. So it's a good thing. It's going to be really nice out there for today. Now, the one thing you'll deal with this afternoon that you can't see with the numbers is some wind that will be kicking in. It'll be a bit breezy today, and then you're going to have to get used to the wind because the breeze will be sticking around for the next several days. Not only that, but we are back to reality. Basically, every single day this month, except for one day, it was significantly warmer than average. That day was the 9th, and the afternoon high temperature was 44 degrees, which is almost exactly where we should be for this time of the year. March will be returning tomorrow across the state. We are going to see 40s for highs. We are going to see below freezing overnight low temperatures. So do not plant any plants just yet. And if you brought something outside the last several days to kind of give it some air and freshen up a little bit, one of those plants, get them back inside the house. You're going to need to. Even some spots tonight may be around freezing when the skies start to clear up. All right, it was in Brooklyn that we saw a brief lightning strike that was there. Obviously, not an issue. Didn't hear about any power outages. On our first alert live radar, that's the only live radar across the state of Connecticut, we are looking at not a lot of rain, maybe a little bit in Torrington right now. That's the cluster that's going to be moving across, and we'll show that to you coming up in your future cast in just a few seconds. So 40s, those are the numbers you need to know. New Haven's at 48, the temperature in Waterbury in the mid-40s, and some of us in the low 40s. Some areas like Putnam, it's at 42 degrees. Norwich is 44, and in Groton, we're checking in with a 45-degree number. A little bit overdone here on the First Alert Futurecast for what we're seeing right now, although under some of the heavier pockets, I believe that that's accurate. Off to the west, we're going to watch as this starts to slowly swirl on through, or swirl. That's not the applicable word, just because it's not going to be severe, but just roll on through, I think is the best way to say it. By around 9 o'clock this morning, that's pretty much totally gone. Maybe a brief sprinkle in a few towns later on today under a few of the darker gray clouds, but other than that, it's dry across the state. Temperatures in the 50s, don't get used to it because we're back to reality with 40s and a breeze and wind. That is the theme for the next several days. You can expect to have to deal with that in your First Alert 7-day forecast. So breezy for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Spring officially begins on Tuesday night. So Wednesday is the first full day of spring, and it will feel, you know, on the cooler side, but that's right where we should be for this time of the year. Maybe a brief sprinkle in a few towns on Thursday. There's even the outside chance for a sprinkle in a couple of spots Tuesday, but not any major issue for us. And then next weekend, we push the Friday showers to the weekend. At this point, still several days out, so we'll keep a close eye out for that. One thing we're not seeing anything of the next handful of days is any snow.